Hello everyone, welcome to another live hangout here at Voice Essentials. What a weekend. It's been finally starting to get a bit of sun here. We have been, Australia is, there's actually a well-known poem in Australia, and it has a line in it that everyone in Australia has been quoting the last few months, and that is that we are a land of droughts and flooding rains, and that's literally what has happened right across the country in the last couple of months. We went from absolute drought, scorching heat, as you know, we've had the fires through, to literally in the last 2 weeks we have had flash flooding, and it's been crazy. But anyway, in the last couple of days we've had a bit of sunshine, which is good because it meant that I could mow my lawn. But you don't want to know that, I guess. You want to come here a lot and learn to sing, and that's what we're going to do today. We have got a really great show lined up for you with Linda. Many of you know and love Linda, and so we're going to get to know Linda even more so today. We're going to do a live song review, which I am excited about, but I always get a bit nervy when we do live song reviews because it's not only the student that is on display, but it's also the teacher. And so let me throw out a few disclaimers as we get going. First of all, if you're a singing teacher, and I know a lot of singing teachers watch the show, if you're a singing teacher, I want you to know that I'm not approaching this as if I have, you know, the monopoly on all things voice. I'm not a vocal guru. I have been teaching for 25 years this year, so I've accumulated my own my own kit bag of tools that I engage. And so you may be thinking to yourself as you watch this show, oh, why didn't Dr. Dan do this, or why didn't he look at that, and they could be all very good things. What we're going to see today is what I would do with Linda in this case, and some of the things that we try may work, some of the things that we try may not work. Now, if for example, something we work on together does work, then great. If it doesn't, that is not Linda's fault. It is my job, my responsibility to try and change the activity or the approach to see that things actually get the outcome that we would desire together. And so, yeah, so just in the chat, I want you to be kind. I want you to always ground and own your comments, ensuring that that you remember that there are human beings in process here, and it is a process. This is not a product-based activity. This is a process-based activity. And so with all that being said, I'm really looking forward to getting into today's show. And I think what we'll do now is go straight to the wonderful Linda. Let me bring her on. Oh, let me do it without that, shall we? We'll get rid of and we'll get rid of this. Dearie me, you would think by now that I can get this all right. Hello, Linda.
Hi, Dr. Dan.
How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm very well, thank you.
That's good.
As I said, I'm very excited.
Yeah, and I'm excited too to have you on doing the live song review. Because this is not an uncommon thing for us. We do this every 2 weeks.
That's right.
And we've been doing lessons together for nearly 3 years.
Yes.
In May, you were saying earlier.
Yeah. Yes, so it started in May 2017. So that's how long it's been.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
yet it's just like the first one.
Yeah, and you know, look, some students, and this is you know, some students you really feel like you connect with more than others, and that's not to say that the ones you don't feel that you connect with are bad or anything, but certainly I've always felt we've had a really, really great connection, and I think, and I've told you this personally before, I think you're a wonderful human being, and
Same. I think you're wonderful too.
Oh, It's what do we call that? The
Mutual
admiration club.
society. Yes, yes.
And I think that's what actually makes for a really great experience in the process of learning to teach. You might recall actually last week that Michelle was talking about that master-teacher relationship, and that it shouldn't be, you know, master here and student here. It needs. I like to approach my lessons, as Michelle was talking about, as having that sense of mutual respect, and especially for someone like yourself, because you come to the page of learning with so many things, you know, in your own corner. You teach piano yourself, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Tell us a little bit more about you, just so for people who don't know you, you can, you know, they can get to know you a little bit better.
Okay. Well, where do I start? Well, where do I live? I live in Tasmania, here in Richmond, and we've been here for, gosh, in this house for 25 years now. So I've married 4 children. Eldest is 24, youngest is 13, and I used to be. I'm actually a qualified GP. That as is my husband, but I actually stopped when I started having children, and my other profession is piano, because I learnt and was classically trained when I was a lot younger, and took that back on again as a teacher. So I started teaching probably when my kids were more self, you know, dependent and could manage, and I was taking classes at school, and now I teach privately at home. And then I really love singing, and so I started having lessons. After a long time of deliberating, I actually thought I need to take it more seriously if I really want to improve that side of my music. So that's it in a nutshell.
And improve you have. I mean, we have actually met each other in the flesh. We've you know, you were up here for holidays.
Yes.
Was it last Christmas?
The beginning of last year, in the heat. I came at the hottest time of the year.
And so we did get to meet, but we'd already been having lessons for 18 months at that point, hadn't we? Sort of 12 months, 18 months. But all of our singing lessons have been online, just like this.
Absolutely the same.
Yeah. What have you? We're gonna be getting into this live song review in a second, but just for those people who are contemplating singing lessons and maybe are thinking doing it online or what have you, what has the experience been for you? What's it been like?
It's tantamount to having you personally. It's you with me.
Yeah.
As if it's a one-on-one lesson, and I was coming to see you in your studio.
Yes.
Really. I mean, it's that you've just got to ignore the technical glitches every now and again, and
we've had a few of those.
And and really the way it's set up, you can see me doing my exercises or performing something, and you can watch exactly and hear exactly what I'm doing.
Yes.
And then advise me to change this and that, the other. So it's all in real time. If I'm sick that day or that week, you get that, and we just do it the same way. It's a lot different to how I used to teach myself or listen to someone, you know, on a video to see.
Yeah.
So, very different.
No, that's good. And we've definitely seen, you know, in my humble opinion, we've definitely seen your voice develop over time, and we're just about to start Voice Essentials 3. We're just, and that for everyone at home, that gives you an indication as to the process is not a rushed process. It's not a quick process. There's no quick fixes here. It takes time, and it takes time, even with a diligent, and you are a diligent student, Linda. It has to be.
So hard.
Yeah, you are. You are super diligent. So, you know, even for someone who is a relatively diligent student, the process takes time, but the rewards are in keeping. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a listen. You've recorded a song for us.
Yes.
Tell us a quick bit about the song before we have a listen.
It's a cover of Wilson Phillips' Hold On. I did see someone in the chat saying, "Is it Hold On by Wilson Phillips?" Yes, it is.
It is, yeah. Who was and is to come has asked that.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Correct. Yes, that's him. And so this song's actually 30 years old this year. Can you imagine?
Wow.
It was out in 1990. And I liked it then, and still like it, and found it obviously really lovely to want to sing along to, but I actually also found it always a bit challenging to sing along to.
Okay.
For certain reasons, like its pitch and the fact that it's actually sung by 3 girls and you're trying to do it as a solo. And I think when I recorded before, I actually did another song before for
you
this
did, yeah.
song review, and it was Desperado by the Eagles, and found out it was copyright issues.
Yeah, we couldn't use it because of copyright on YouTube, yeah.
But doing that, and even doing it a second time for this song, it was the first time I'd ever recorded myself audio and visually to see myself back again. In my entire life, it's the first time I'd done it, because I had put it off for fear of being hideously embarrassed of myself. So I had to actually push through that wall to get here.
Good. Well, let's jump in and have a listen,
Okay.
and then we'll come back and we'll talk through and see what we can do with it. Here we go.
I know there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside? Oh, someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. You can sustain, or are you comfortable with the pain? You've got no one to blame for your unhappiness. No, baby, you got yourself into your own mess. Ooh, just let your worries pass you by. Oh, don't you think it's worth the time to change your mind? No, someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Can you hold on for one more day? Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break free from the chains. I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break from the chains. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day, yeah. Can you hold on? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day.
I love the little blow at the
Oh, yeah, it's a relief. I'll do it at the end of today too.
Fabulous. Why did you choose that song? I mean, you spoke to it a little bit, but what is it about that song that you love? And as you're talking about that, I'm going to move us across to this screen here.
Okay. Well, it's a really positive song. It's stood the test of time.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds very cliche, but it's true.
Yeah.
And so it was actually quite random in a way, because I was obviously, the first thing was I was looking for a song that I could do a cover of.
Sure.
And was comfortable finding the music to, because I don't find backing tracks as easy to find and sing along to compared to if I could just play the chords and do it.
Yeah.
All in one go.
Yes.
So I chose the song for technical reasons like that, and for practical reasons, and because it's a song that I don't know, it means something to everyone. I think everyone goes through difficult times. Got some background noise. Sorry, just life. Oh, there's a dog visiting. Sorry, I haven't made this up. There's a real dog visiting. Just to get away from the question. Hi, Annie.
Live TV, as they say.
We've got visitors, yes.
Yeah.
Our house gets visitors.
Oh, good.
So, what's the question? So I like that it has a sense of connectivity to the lyrics, that people can listen to it and they can, or I could say, yes, this is a terrible time at the moment I'm going through, but you know, just it's partly my own doing if I dwell on it.
Sure.
If I keep on going this way, life's not going to get better, or
Sure.
things are going to get better.
Yeah.
And so you can take a positive spin yourself and then wait, as it says, just wait. And a lot of people commented on covers of songs like this and go, this song came at a really dark time in my life, and you know, I was really, you know, depressed, and it got me through. So music can do that.
Yeah, it can. Let's and I think it's a great choice, and I think it's you know, it's a sort of song that sits well within your wheelhouse. It was a shame that we couldn't also have had looked at Desperado, because it was a really lovely performance of that also. So anywho, copyright is what it is, right?
It is.
So let's now look at the piece, and I've actually written myself some notes.
Oh, goody.
Look, the first thing that I want to sort of think about is your alignment, while you're at the piano. And I got the sense that you were tempted to sort of lean over, yeah? Is that what you noticed when you were watching?
I wasn't watching.
No, sorry. When you watched back your performance,
I have watched back.
Yeah.
But I could feel it. I could feel the difference between. There's about 3 seconds where I don't have to play the piano, and I just went, oh great, I don't have to play.
Yeah.
And the actual music that I played, I took it down 2 half steps, because playing in this position was harder, singing at the original pitch. So the original pitch was in F, and that was possibly, okay for me if I was standing up and free, but I didn't feel comfortable, and I took it down to an E flat.
Okay.
So I did feel it
Okay.
a lot. I don't notice myself posturally.
Yeah, and this is the thing about posture, isn't it? That, look, I was leading worship at my church last night, and I lead on guitar, right? And it's just posture actually just accumulates. You accumulate tension, yeah, and it happens because your mind is focused on, especially when you're performing, as you were. Your mind is captivated by so many different tasks that every now and then you'll flick back to how is my posture, how is my alignment, and you suddenly go, oh wow, where did all that tension come from? And so you tension management, I often say to my students, as I've probably said to you many times, tension management is an ever-present activity. It's not something that you can ever, automate, set and forget. I always remember one story. I was watching the 2000 Olympics back in Sydney, back in the day, so 20 years ago. Linda, we're getting old. And I remember Novus Pero, what's her name? She's an Australian runner. She ended up becoming a senator in Australia.
Oh, yes.
Anyway.
The name doesn't come to me easily today.
She had got into the semi-finals for her event, which was, I think, the 400 or the 800. And she finished her run. She didn't place, but she finished her run, and she came over to the journalist who interviewed her, and he asked the usual, question, so what were you thinking out there? And I've never forgotten. It was just one of those things. I've never forgotten what she said. And she said, all I was thinking what me and my coach had been working on, and she's doing this, and she's going, no tension, no tension, no tension. And it's because the moment you activate your muscles, they are given to creating tension. And then they're not so easily given to releasing tension. And so that's where this sense of tension management comes about. And I think that's a really great illustration for us as performing artists to every now and then, no tension, no tension, no tension. So we're going to do the opening section again. You've got your
Oh, no tension, Dan.
No tension. So let's do the opening section of this piece, and I want you to have that singular thought as we do it again of just the first verse. Let's just do the first verse, and we'll do no tension.
No tension. I have to play as well.
Yeah, you do. Well,
Okay.
it's in many respects, it's actually your playing that's giving us the tension.
It is.
Isn't
Gives
it?
me tension.
Yeah.
Okay, you stop. You're going to stop me. I'll just do the first.
I'll stop you. You
Okay.
know the drill.
Alrighty. I know this pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you.
Okay, stop. So I wonder, is it possible, now I'm now about to ask a piano teacher to do something with her piano playing. Please forgive me if this is so off kilter, but I'm wondering, from a vocal point of view, is your chair able to be higher?
Yes.
Can we lift it maybe one step? Is that at all possible?
It is, or I can stick a cushion.
Let's go with the cushion, because that'll be easier, won't it?
Because I'll be here twiddling the knobs.
Yeah, no, don't twiddle the knobs. You go away. I'll keep everyone occupied. So what we're going to do, while Linda's getting a cushion, this is the joy of live show. What we're wanting to do is, I noticed that the hands were sort of coming up, and as a result, because your hands are having to sort of rise, it's lifting your shoulders, and I kind of want to lower your shoulders a little bit, give you that opportunity. Yeah, because otherwise you'll be like that, and that'll create other tensions that we don't want. So let's see what you experience from just sitting that little bit higher.
Now my feet can't reach the floor.
This is not a perfect science. You would have to adjust this so it would be just right. I mean, you know.
And I get it, because I have to adjust my different size students
Yeah,
as well.
okay.
Because some of them are super tall.
Yeah.
And they have to sit back as well. So sitting back.
And it may well be that what we've done now is lift you too high. Let's play with it and see what you get.
From the top.
From the top.
I know there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and you'll find. Is it really fair to feel this way inside? Oh,
Okay, stop. Sorry, you didn't see this, but in the middle of everyone, I was trying to change the screen so we could have a bigger screen of Linda so everyone could see, but I haven't got it set up correctly. How did that feel?
It was better because it was the second time.
Well, true that is, and I
was more conscious of.
That's a true statement. Yeah. It often will be better the second time round. Zone in on because we've worked a lot together over the years in developing a greater sense of kinesthetic awareness. Zone in on that kinesthesia. What did you experience?
So I basically had, and this is the thing when I'm doing long notes, I was going to say couldn't breathe in enough to push out enough air to carry the note, and I felt a little bit happier with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So because it's a combination of nerves that stop you from breathing properly, as well as
certainly
how I'm sitting.
Yes.
But it was easier then too. So that felt like my lungs had more space.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly we've not only lifted you high, which has allowed your shoulders to just sit more comfortably, but you're quite right. We inadvertently have also lifted you so that you're able to release for better airflow and all those sorts of things. So fantastic. Let's now that we've sort of done that, let's continue on. We'll start at the beginning, continue on, and then we're going to talk about there was in the performance what I noticed, and it wasn't aesthetically wrong, but I did notice that there was a sort of an aspirate push at the end of a number of phrases. It may well have been because we weren't getting, sufficient enough air, and therefore it was creating a subglottal pressure that was being released at the end of phrases. I want you to pay particular attention to the end of your phrases and not letting it go and having any significant aspirate end. Does that make sense?
I was going to ask you, what do you mean by aspirate?
So breathy, so that you get this expulsion of air. Okay. As it would turn out, before we did today's show, I was looking at, I went back to see, had we done it yet? The first exercise on Voice Essentials 3, which we will do I see you this week or next?
This week.
Yeah, we'll be starting on this new exercise, which will workshop this area quite nicely, which is exercise 36 on Voice Essentials 3. Okay. Nonetheless, let's jump into here, and I want you to be conscious of that expulsion, that tendency to expel sort of the built-up pressure at the end of the phrase. That is going to be managed by you having a less sense of having to sort of have big amounts of pressure for this piece, because you kind of don't need it, yeah?
No. Well, some parts I feel like I have to.
Let's
Not at the beginning.
not at the beginning. Let's see how we go.
All right.
So thinking about no tension, no tension,
No tension and no aspirate push.
no aspirate push.
I know there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you.
That's freer.
Open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside? Oh, someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way.
Tension, release.
Hold on for one more day. You hold on for one more day. Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day.
Good. What'd you experience?
Well, there's more flow. I
Mm.
wasn't starting
Mm.
as much. I'm trying to concentrate on what I felt singing wise as opposed to playing wise.
Yes,
Because
yes.
it's hard to kind of tease out the two.
Yeah. While you're thinking, let me just say, aesthetically, there's nothing wrong with having that little aspirate end or glottal stroke, or we in Voice Essentials we work on onsets and offsets. What we're always though want to be in charge of is that it's a choice for voice, not a habit. And it's when the voice is just doing things purely because that's what it does, that's when we want to actually bring it back into balance and go, okay, I want to choose to not do it. I want to choose to do it.
Yeah.
And it's being attentive to that, that what is the voice habitually wanting to find itself doing?
It does tend to just go on autopilot.
Yeah.
And so
And we
it's
do
finished
want
before you know
we
it.
do want much of our technique to get to a point where there's a high level of automation. But no automated system is 100% set and forget.
yeah, no, true.
Every automated system requires regular attention because we live in a world of atrophy, where things do break down.
No, atrophy is dying.
Atrophy is dying. What's the right word then?
It tends to go into, they say entropy, but I think it's entropy. But entropy means everything just tends to go into more and more disarray.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
It's fall apart.
Yeah, you've got to be attentive to the automation. Is what I'm getting at. So, what I want, and that's what we're doing here. A lot of the stuff that we've worked on over the last few years is about developing certain habits. But if left unattended, those habits do deteriorate over time, don't they?
Become bad.
Yeah, often. We're human. We are human. Okay.
Things go bad if you don't pay attention to them.
One of the things that I also want to have a look at. So we've talked about our alignment, our sense of gathering tension. We've talked about that sense of how much pressure do you actually need through a phrase. I think connected to that is this third thing that I wanted to look at together, and that is the way that your vocal tract is maintaining certain vowel shapes at certain points. So, for example, the chord hold on, yeah. And so when we are getting to certain points, and this is more probably an aesthetic choice. So it's, again, we've got to be really careful that we don't make absolute rules around these things because it will come down to taste at times.
Yes.
But when we think about vowels, we know that we have things called diphthongs, and we can also have triphthongs. But more often than not, they're diphthongs. And diphthongs is acknowledging that, for example, the vowel of A, just the letter A. I can't remember Grover on Sesame Street, and he would draw on the
I wish you
screen.
could do
I
that.
wish I could do that, but I
Like
can't.
this.
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
They would turn
And
up on the
they would.
screen.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Grover still does that in the modern age, but anyway, I
Too
think
digital.
for those of you who are
Type it.
30 years and older, you'll remember Grover doing that. So the letter A is the vowel A, but in fact, in the vowel A, there's two sounds, isn't there? There's A. There's two sounds. That's a diphthong. And so what can tend to happen is, and we hear this a lot in contemporary singing, is the voice can try to morph to the second syllable, the second sound, earlier than we necessarily would want it to. That not only has an impact on the aesthetic, it also has an impact on technique and vocal wear and fatigue. More stammer is more because it's actually a closing, a narrowing of the vocal tract often. Can we do the chorus, and I'll point out where I mean? Just
Okay, so someday somebody's gonna. That
Yeah.
one. Can you hear that beeping noise?
no.
Not me. Oh, must be something listening outside. Okay, sorry. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye.
Okay.
Till then,
But
baby,
someday da 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 make you bye. Can you hold the bar? I don't go to the so with that last word, and it often happens on the end of a phrase. Don't go from the I. Don't go to the E quite as quickly as you did. See if you can maintain the shape just that little bit longer. Think of the E as the full stop.
Okay. And will I play as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye.
Yeah. You were really focused in on it, and so it became very clinical. See if you can just throw it in. Yeah.
Clinical is how I roll.
Oh dear.
So I'll do it again.
Do it again.
And
Yeah.
I'll be non-clinical.
To the best of your ability.
Yeah. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye.
Yeah. But no, we still bye. And we're hearing you're not getting to the E until the end, but it is morphing. It is actually transmuting to the E. And so I want it to be sent down about to bye. And put the bye. Put the E on the end. Right on the end. So it's
Right on the
almost
end.
like the E is almost not there.
Okay. Third time lucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then,
Yeah, but that was good. That the shaping was good. Let's warm up the I now though. And this is the thing, right? We don't want it to become harsh. Bye. It's not in the right key for me, so it's probably not coming across. It's certainly not warm. But anyway,
You're doing really well.
give it a shot. Give it a shot.
So what do you want me to do again?
Yeah, I want you to warm that vowel up a little bit if you can. So that's going to need to have a little bit more shape, a little bit more space, yeah? And maybe a little less pressure, a smidge less pressure, which is hard on that note for you, I would think.
Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till
Yeah.
then, baby,
Good. That's good. Just be conscious of where your tongue is. I think your tongue's wanting to grip back, and it's just narrowing the tract a little bit. You're on the shape, but I think the gripping of the tongue's just giving us a little less shape than we'd want. Try it again. That was good.
Okay.
That's headed in the right direction.
Okay, excellent. That's what we want. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye.
Ooh,
Tell them, baby.
that was good.
Oh, thank you.
Did you? Yeah, that's
tongue was
that's
not-
the closest we've had.
Yeah.
Could you hear? Could you
I
hear?
felt it. I felt it.
Ah, okay,
Yeah, I felt it, and I was conscious.
cool.
And,
Again,
yeah.
do it again.
That's too much, so much pressure. Okay. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye.
Ooh,
Tell them,
we
baby.
we just lost the note there a little bit.
Yeah.
It flattened a little bit, yeah, pitch wise. So just be conscious of that. Yeah. Try again, once more.
Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know?
Okay, so the cry, we can do the same thing. Cry, cry.
Cry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So from the top,
From the
not from the very top, the chorus.
this bit.
Yeah.
Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, I want it to be warmer. Admittedly, I would love to search for it to be warmer, and I think if we can actually just take the pressure off it a little bit. Yeah, the air pressure. It'll just allow everything to be a little less grippy through the vocal tract, a little bit hard, little softer edging through the vocal tract, because not everything's gripping against the pressure. Try it again. It is sounding different. Well, certainly to my ears. Hopefully this is of value to everyone who's watching.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so too.
Yeah.
Okay. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things could change, things could go your way if you hold on for one more day. If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way.
Okay. Things will go your way. You can actually hold that a little bit more open for a bit longer as well, because that last one, way, you want to get to the E a bit sooner than I think we need to. Can I say before we do it once more through, and then we actually have to finish, believe it or not. I thought that up the front end was really, going quite well, and in fact, it started to then influence what was happening later into the chorus, which was really positive.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we go along, we finish by just doing that last way. Yeah. Try to keep that moving and keep that open. Be thinking about that warmth. So we're thinking about diphthong. We're thinking about air pressure. We're thinking about vocal tract shape. There's a lot going on here. Yeah.
It is.
You are doing very well, and you're playing. Impressive. Let's try it again.
I wish I didn't have to play. Okay. I mean, I don't have to play, but I will play. From the beginning of the chorus.
From the beginning of the chorus, yeah.
Okay. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Things will go your way. Hold on. If you take a big breath.
If you take a big breath, you could go forever. Let me come back over here. That's been a lot of fun. I knew we'd have a bit of fun today, you and I, Linda. Okay,
No,
well done. Well done. Of course, I haven't been able to follow on with what's going on in the chat.
No, it's like...
It is what it is. Hopefully people have found today helpful. I do want to remind everyone, you know, as we said at the beginning of the show, you know, what we've done today is built out of nearly 3 years of student-teacher relationship. Yeah. And it's also built on the foundation of we have done a lot of technical work already together.
Yes.
And so there are certain things that we were able to sort of just cut straight to today that, you know, may not be how other lessons would go, for example. Yeah. How was that? What was that? How was that experience for you, Linda?
It was really well, it was a good experience and a very positive one.
Good.
And I relaxed into it because of, you know, starting off something that to follow instructions. It's a bit. I mean, I can empathise with the kids when I teach them. It's a little bit, you know, the shoes on the other foot.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hesitant at first, and I understood what I had to do, but is making myself do it. And when, as you guided it and said that's getting closer, and it sounded correct, and then I felt out and heard how it sounded, it was better to be conscious of that rather than just singing the words and getting it in tune, which is probably the bare bones of what I was trying to do.
Yes.
When you sing a song, you want the words right, you want the tune right. You try to want to get the feeling right too.
Yeah.
But that was really enhancing.
And getting the lyrics right, getting the tune right, that's where that is your base level. That's where we want to start. But then we have to, that's kind of like your foundation to a house. But you can't live on a foundation, can you? You do have to put up the walls and the roof and the, you know, and then you've got to furnish the place. And that's what good singing lessons are about. It's what we can do is we can, you know, when we're doing, you know, we're watching videos and what have you, and we're learning songs in our own time, we basically are learning words and tune.
Right.
And that's important, and it's foundational to what we do as singers, no question about that. But then for us to really go about building a structure through technique and then furnishing it through better tone and aesthetic, well, that more often than not requires instruction, and hopefully that's what we've been able to show today. We do need to wrap it up because I will be helping. I will be. My door will be knocked on in a moment by a student.
True.
I've enjoyed today, Linda. I thank you for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
no,
that. It was great.
thank you. And if people want to participate in these live song reviews, you can. And I've got an email down. You can email me. It is reserved for people who are enrolled in the full Voice Essentials 1 online course. So you do have to enroll in the online course so to participate, but certainly send me an email singing at, or it might even be a different email. They'll all get to me, singing at djarts.com.au, and I will send you all the information that is required, and hopefully we can get a few more people coming onto the live show because to do the live song reviews, because one of the things I'm hoping that we really discover as we do these together is, as a community, is every voice is different, everyone's journey is different, everyone's biology is different, and we do have to respond to the voices differently as we go along. So I'm hoping that that these shows will be of high value to everyone.
That's good fun. And,
Good.
I seriously really regret it if I didn't do it. That's the other thing. The downside is, think about it, if you want to do it and you don't do it, you'd feel, why didn't I do it?
Why didn't I do it? And today we did do it, which is fantastic. So that's the second one we've done. We had Kathy a couple of months ago, which was fantastic. I've enjoyed today. We do have to finish up. Thank you, everyone. If you've enjoyed today's video, someone's saying let's get 18 likes for this vid. I'm hoping. That's Matt. Matt's saying let's get 18 likes for this vid. I hope we get a few more than 18 likes. If you have enjoyed the video. Well, most people watch this show in replay, right? So
Yeah.
But look, if you have enjoyed the show, hit the thumbs up button. And of course, we do these live hangouts when do we do them, Linda? Every Monday. 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It's 2 p.m. your time.
2 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're on daylight saving. I'm not. I wish we were, but we're not. 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every Monday. I look forward to seeing you next week. We've got Shannon Coates on the show next week. She's a blast. She is so much fun and such a highly regarded singing pedagogue. You're going to really enjoy her. She's been on the show before, so if you've seen her before, you know what we're in for. I really do look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you, Linda. I'll see you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan.